I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. It's Kush. I love me too much and your brain turn to mush. Fall flat on your tush. You couldn't handle the product I push. I guess I'm just used to it. I just do it like Nike swoosh. None of that Reggie Bush cause I'm top shelf. I ain't got...
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
You'll never stay at one game.
All right, what's going on, people? What's going on, people? Welcome back. We're going to get started here soon. Make sure that you're commenting. Make sure you're commenting. If you're a Colts fan, put it in there. If you're not a Colts fan, we forgive you. Still go ahead and make sure that you put it in the comment section. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll be with you shortly. But yeah. Let's go give it 1 second so we can make sure that we get going. All right. How y'all doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Feeling splendiferous. Waiting for whatever this mystery thing that has me coughing all over the place will go away.
I understand, man. Get well, man. I've been pretty good. Been relaxing.
Yeah.
All day and all day, but
which is a good thing because, like I said, it's just like coming up to the holidays. You guys traveling or what you doing?
we was, but we'll be local.
Yep. How about you, Austin?
No, we're staying home.
Yeah. Oh, okay. When you heading up to Indy? You heading up on Monday night or you heading up there Sunday?
We're gonna head Monday morning.
Monday morning? Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, either way, that'll be fun. But then you're gonna head back Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll get started. Like I said, welcome back, people. Welcome back to the YDKJAC podcast, also known as Colts Fan Battle, where we're going to be bringing you all news regarding everything Colts related, whether it's stats, people commenting for some odd reason. I mean, whatever it is, it's just like we're going to cover it. And before we do go any further, definitely want to go ahead and make sure that we go ahead and just make sure we get reintroduced with the guys, starting with the silent assassin, Mr. That's a Stupid Comment himself. For a fact, that's a stupid comment. Austin Cook, everybody.
What's up? I'm Austin.
Don't be so coy about it, okay? Let the people know.
He's dangerous.
Sometimes Austin will pop into the group chat and say, "I am him." How's everybody doing today? All right. Then we have with us Mr. Wonderful Living Room. I mean, it's just like everything normally checking out. I like the throwback Jonathan Taylor jersey. We have with us Josh Senior, everybody.
What's good, everybody? Yeah, I got all this money from Brett Favre from stealing from Mississippi.
Oh. It's a good joke. It's a great joke, even. But that doesn't mean that you should say it. That is. Ooh, Jesus. That is. Ow. Ooh, that was. That. Good God. Okay, yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. But thank you for that, Josh. Definitely do appreciate that. So,
no, thank Brett Favre.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to thank Brett Favre because that was some absolute craziness. But we'll talk about that another time because right now we need to get to this game. But and then I'm Chris Jackson. You already know this. But yeah, so before we do, a couple things, and hear me out here because I mean this is going to be crazy for those people out there who don't know what to get, for a certain somebody. For me, I got two little brothers. They're 26 and 22. And for me personally, I don't like buying them nothing. However, they're doing pretty good, doing all right. However, I still don't know what to buy. Except went through Manscaped. Very simple. Get them some grooming things because honestly, it's just like they're a bunch of cavemen. But you know what? I love them. Okay, they're blood. But for those cavemen in your life, go ahead, go to Manscaped. They have trimmers, they have deodorant for other regions as well. I'm not sure what that's like. Never delved into that, but they have everything that you need for your grooming needs. And the great part about it is that when you use promo code FANBATTLE, as you see it on the screen, all uppercase, no spaces. Use code FANBATTLE, 20% off and free shipping on the whole entire order. And you can keep using that over and over again. That's the gift that keeps on giving. And it's the time of season to give. So yes, please make sure you go on to manscaped.com and use the promo code FANBATTLE, and we'll make sure that we get those items out to you. Or not we, the people at Manscaped will get those items out to you as quickly as they can. So without further ado, let's talk about this game. Because I have certain things that I felt about it, but Austin, you can kick us off. What do we see in regards to this game? Because, like I said, I guessed last week that they would win. However, we knew that it was going to be a little bit of an uphill battle. But what kind of stuck out to you the most with this team? Well, I'm going to say when the game got started.
So yeah, we once again started strong. First drive, scored a touchdown. What really stood out to me is our defense. The whole game was great. The last touchdown was bad, but other than that, we played great on defense. But other than the first drive, our offense looked almost like it did before. I mean, I'm not going to say 100% the same, but it was not moving the ball, not scoring touchdowns, and you can't beat a good team if you're settling for threes the whole time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the one thing that you did hit on also was the fact that was the first time that we scored on an opening drive all season. Like we literally, that was the very first time this season. Now, mind you, if we're 3 or 4 games in, it's just like that doesn't seem too crazy. But I mean, we're talking about we're in the 11th week of the season. Like,
yeah.
It makes it crazy. But Josh, because like I said, as the game went on, it's just like you start to see different trends. But I'm gonna say offensively, because like I said, we continue to talk about the offense every single week because of course the offense is the focal point. The defense pretty much is just out there doing everything that they could possibly do. But for some reason, it's just like we keep on coming back to the defense. What was the offense doing differently that had them clicking, I'm going to say early on and even possibly later into the game?
The passes. I mean, it seemed like the receivers was getting open. The crossing routes that was available for Matt Ryan to throw downfield. Paris Campbell was once again a target that was he made the right plays. Pittman did his thing. We couldn't get Alec Pierce going. I think he had that drop on one drive where something he needs. He's a rookie. He probably would have had it. Wish he had that back. And the run game looked good. I think at one point it was like I think Taylor had like 7 attempts for 49, maybe 59 rushing yards. Something like that. I was at work watching the game, so I didn't care. I didn't care if I get Friday night. I just wanted to watch the game. Taylor looked good. We're talking about defense that was pretty bad on rushing defense, but they added 2 guys in a 2-day time span. They added 2 guys in Lavelle, Joseph, and Sue, which it helped a lot. It helped them a whole lot. It just felt like everybody was on key tackling Taylor every time he rushed the ball. So it kind of forced us to throw the ball with kind of, I would say, inexperienced linemen with Fries and Ryman. They had those big penalties, a lot of holding penalties. I was like, Oh my
Yeah.
God! It's always a holding. It was either Fries, it was either Raymond. I'm like, okay, another drive that got stalled, but the defense kept bailing us out, giving the offense back the ball again, and we wasn't cashing in with touchdowns. We was getting field goals, which was disappointing. And we haven't talked about this, but what's wrong with our kicker? I mean, I don't even know what's
McLaughlin. Yeah,
I don't know what's wrong. I know we thought we were safe with the kicker, but missed another kick. That kick could have saved the game too. The one he missed.
But so the thing is, I'm not gonna be too hard on him for that because of the fact that it's just like anything past 50 yards is always gonna be a little bit difficult. Like whether you're in a dome or not. And the thing is, that one, I believe that one was for 52 or 53. So, I mean, it's just like I get it. I understand. But the thing is, it's also a tall order to ask somebody to consistently go and, go for, let's just say 5 or go for like 50 plus yards.
Right.
Even though it's just like his percentage on 50 plus yard kicks was actually really good. It's still a little, I still think it's a bit much. Like if he makes the kick, he's a hero. If he misses the kick, then that could have been the points that we needed to win. Like I feel like kickers can come in and do what they need to do, but it's just like it wasn't something that was solely on him because there were some miscues.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't blame him. That play is why we lost because the play that I thought that would have sealed the game where when they threw their pass to PC, I think to the 5 yard line, and we just like run and then throw the ball. He actually threw the ball, but attempted to throw the ball, but Matt Ryan took a sack, which got us up by 6, which was a bomber. That was like I don't want to rely on our defense to stop Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown and Miles Sanders. I didn't want to rely on that, but hey. Here we are. Yeah, have to rely on defense to bail us out again, which they have done all year. I think 3 or 4 games we had to rely on defense.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is the defense is going to deliver. So the defense is going to deliver every single time, but the problem is that like I said, if the offense is not giving them that type of support that they need. And, it's just like it's been talked about time and time again how we'll continuously go and do, just do somewhat of what we need to on offense. And then on defense, we just are, it goes anemic.
Every time.
Yeah. And it's every single time. And, I'm like I said, we'll get more into that. But, this was a tough Eagles team. Regardless of the fact that they lost to the Commanders in the previous week, who is a division opponent, and y'all know how I feel about division opponents, we knew that this was going to be a tough game because Philly is super tough this year. But, I mean, were we at all impressed with the way that they played against them? Because, I mean, this is a team that's been, beating people to the tune of, 21, 28, 35 points scored, and then holding teams under that. And we were able to hold a team that normally scores at least 21 points to 17 points. And then also scoring a defense who generally is not very giving in terms of that. So Josh, were you impressed with the way that this team was able to play and kind of like, I'm going to say, play beyond standard?
Oh, I was hella impressed. Like I said before the game that, even though I had them losing, I said, but we will fight. It's going to be a battle. It wouldn't be, we're not going to roll over and get stumped. Even though, we were all disappointed in the loss in the way and in the way we did lose. But we fought. I mean, this is a team that we wanted to see all year. I'm okay with losing, just, not like blowouts, not, getting manhandled or the stuff that Frank Wright used to do when he was head coach. Not manage the game right, bad play calling and stuff like that. I'm okay losing like we did. I want to win every game. True enough, I'm a fan. It's just you saw a fight. You saw a Jeff Saturday led team. You saw that everybody fought to the end. And we lost by 1 point, but it ain't all bad. 1 point. I mean, this is the first team but pretty much, I won't say shut them out, but held that team to 17 points. That's a high offense, high-powered offense. We held them to 17 points. That's pretty big.
Oh yeah,
and so
absolutely.
I take pride into that. You know, there's no more victories. I take pride in that, but we did good. Stopped in the run. Stopped AJ. Stopped Devontae. You know, they didn't have their tight end. He's on IR, but you know, for most part, we stopped Jalen up until the fourth quarter. He had that big run. The big run to get to the our territory. But I mean, I feel great about this team going forward. Win or lose, I guess I want to win every game we got left. But I feel great of the fight what we see on the field. Just got to get the offensive line fixed because it's bad. 4 more sacks.
Yeah, and that I mean, I feel like Philly kind of game planned for it a little bit, but Austin, were you impressed with? I'm gonna say just how they came out firing, because normally the first quarter is our kryptonite. It has been our kryptonite damn near all season, but then we see that last week, first quarter we're able to score. This week, first drive we're able to score. Like, how is that in terms of just like changing the philosophy? Because mind you, we didn't pick up anybody new. You use the same people that you have, and then you're doing things that you didn't do before. So it's just like, what, like, were you impressed by that, or it's just like, well, what aspect of this game impressed you the most?
Yeah, like you said, last week was our first quarter touchdown since week 3. This week was our first drive touchdown all year. It's just improving every week, and as long as we keep improving, hopefully our offensive line keeps improving. We have a solid team. There's still holes that need to be filled for sure, but just to see an improvement, you got to be excited for it. You got to be impressed with, and definitely impressed with our defense. Like you said, holding them to 17 points. That's the second time we've held a top 5 team in the NFL to 17 points.
The Chiefs.
With the Chiefs and the Eagles both. We didn't win, but you got to be impressed with how our defense played, and just hope our offense follows soon.
Well, hopefully. Well, before we go any further, got a couple comments. Kyle White from YouTube says, Josh said it. We need TDs. Facts. Matt Briggs says, I'm here for Jeff Saturday. We know that you don't like Lovie Smith, but you cannot have Jeff Saturday. So thank you, no thank you. All right. They said defense looked or Jimmy Reynolds said defense looked very tired. Of course they did, because they were we don't give the defense their flowers enough for being as consistent as they have been. I think even when it came down to like that last play of the game, right? The one where Jalen Hurts had that touchdown run. Like, that was probably the offense versus the defense, but Philly was able to execute it in a way that was just absolutely masterful. I think after the game, they said that the only reason why that ended up going the way that it did was because they knew that there was a run where Jason Kelce would take off to the right side, and then Jalen Hurts will follow. But what happened this time was that Jason Kelce ran, and then Miles Sanders followed, and Jalen Hurts basically stood in the pocket. So, I mean, I think to me, it's just like that was just masterfully executed more than anything. But yeah, the defense looked very tired because the defense has literally been carrying this team for the last 11 weeks.
Right.
And they continue to. And, we don't have a problem with that. But the thing is, the offense has yet to catch up. And then
we can get an offense and a defense playing the same. I feel comfortable with the rest of the game.
Oh, absolutely. It'll be the best thing ever if the offense actually plays up to where the defense is, because then you have a Super Bowl caliber team. And then Jimmy said we need more sustaining drives. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Now this one is kind of interesting. At what point in the running game will they get Taylor out on the edge? All of his runs all have been off center or inside of the guard, stuffed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And you know what? I feel like they might be a little bit hesitant to get him outside on the edge because of what we have going on outside the edge. I mean, Braden Smith has been up and down at best this season. And then outside of that, you have Ryman on the outside who, you're bringing him along, but at the same time, it's just you have to be a certain pedigree of blocker in order to make sure that you're getting passes out or getting runs out to the edge. The problem is that if he's not getting enough runs out to the edge, or if he does get those runs to the edge, I mean, he's basically by himself.
Right.
So I just don't think this team is necessarily ready to be able to do all of that. They're probably just looking for something where, as Jimmy said, just something sustainable so that they can maybe work something like that into there. I mean, that they've done jet sweeps and different things like that, but I think you need to potentially look at, maybe going and seeing if there's anything that you can do. Having something go up the gut and then maybe having something stretch, like having something that's going to make sure that every single time that there's a run, that it's a different direction and that, different things open up. Because I'm not going to put it all on the O-line. It's just like it is part of the game planning too.
I agree on that one too.
Thank you for that, Adrian. And then, okay, so on to the next one. And this is going to be strictly opinion-based. Of course, everything that we talk about is opinion-based, but unless it's, facts, but whatever. What could have been done differently to get the win?
I would say score more points than them.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, 22 rushes for 84 yards is definitely not good. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, because we blame the offensive line all the time, but when do we say Matt Ryan? We put the onus on Matt Ryan holding the ball too long. There's plays where I think I saw on Twitter where it was guys open in the flat, or guys open in the crossing routes, and he just holding it like he's scared to make a decision. He's scared of a turnover instead of just making that right play on that read. When we start talking about him, I mean, instead of saying, "Hey, well, offensive line ain't blocking," you can only get so many seconds before a defense collapse and get to you. Your offense line collapse and the defense get to you. But I would say, cash in on the opportunities. We had missed opportunities, there that we didn't capitalize on, and it led to us getting defeated.
Yeah, it is tough because you know that there absolutely was room for improvement, but then again, it's just like with the way that this team has looked over the last 10 weeks, that what you saw on Sunday was vastly improved from anything that they had prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is an Eagles team where I think if you still have Frank Reich, you potentially lose that game by 20 points. And that's like, I think to me, it's just like that's like a big issue. But what about you, Austin? Like, what do you think could have possibly been done to make sure that you end up walking away with a win in that case?
Yeah, I think I saw the same tweet that Josh saw. There was two of the 4 sacks he could have made plays to open receivers if he would have just waited like one more second instead of playing scared. Yeah. Like he mentioned before, he's not going to play scared, but it just like at least on those 2 plays, he played scared. So he just needs to be confident and just throw the ball. Because he should know his offensive line isn't the best. They should be better, but isn't the best. So he should know that he just has to get rid of the ball sometimes.
Yeah.
Also, the play calling on first down was about a run every time. In the second half, the Eagles picked that up and stopped it. Then we were second and long and threw the ball 2 times and then punted multiple times. So play calling needs to be a little more creative, especially on first down.
We play conservative.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree because, if it like that first drive was, I mean, one of the most well put together drives that we've had. And, they were running get out of single back. They're running out of shotgun. I mean, they're running out of every single type of formation that you would have. And even kind of faking it out. But then it's just like they kind of went away from that creativity. And then you see, Matt Ryan, because to me, I feel like is Matt Ryan still good? I do believe to a certain extent that he is. But the problem that I'm seeing is that he won't take those passes to the flats. He will literally take a sack before he throws it into the flats to generally wide receivers and tight ends who are open.
And trying to run like he got it. Like, no, this is not the Raiders.
Yeah, that worked against the Raiders because they're the Raiders. Like, it's not going to work against the Eagles because everybody's fast. Even their D tackles are fast. And that fluke of a run that he had last week was just, no, absolutely not. Sorry, Zippy. That's not going to work. Like, you need to go ahead and just get that ball out or just throw it away. But I mean, it's just like I think Matt Ryan stuff is kind of like it's half O-line and then half self-inflicted wounds. Because you don't have to you don't have to throw the ball. Like, you can literally just throw it away and then live to see another down.
Yeah.
So my question would be this, to you guys. When we got to the 5-yard line, why aren't we using Sam? I mean, he can run in as a gadget player or something, or why aren't we doing like those wild offense, Wildcat offenses, with Dion or like JT. Why we not mixing it up? They know that when we get to the 5-yard line, we're terrible in the red zone. So why not put in Sam and do some plays where he can read option or he can run in the end zone? Why not do that? Why not mix it up? Because they're not game planning for Sam. Why not put him in on downs? Like they do on third down or 4th and 1. Why not mix it up in the goal line in the red zone where he get in and hey, he's going to take off running 4 or 5 yards in the end zone.
Because the thing about Matt Ryan is that with the way that he is in terms of how he's able to still play, you don't take out Sam Ehlinger in case if you want to scramble, because then it's obvious. Like it becomes obvious that you're looking for somebody who's going to be able to maybe run some of those gadget plays or maybe do some of those things. And the thing is, Matt Ryan is supposed to be the total package in terms of, what this team needs at quarterback. So the thing is, I think it also boils down to the fact that they're not going to do that because, I think doing that kind of alludes to the fact that Matt Ryan is a little bit washed. But I mean, it at that point, kind of becomes a pride thing. Not only that, but you also want to see exactly what you have in terms of the team, because next year could just be the year that we do draft a quarterback. Matt Ryan plays for half a season, and then the quarterback comes in, and then Matt Ryan rides off into the sunset.
Okay.
But once again, that just means that this team is really just right now just being evaluated heavily, because they're going to see exactly who needs to stay, who needs to go, and who potentially still needs to be evaluated as contributors for the most part. So, I mean, it's going to be a little bit. I think we're going to still see a lot of Matt Ryan, but honestly, I think just even with the way that Matt Ryan has been, it's just like Matt Ryan in the last 2 weeks has thrown for less than he did in one game that he played, where he threw for 58 attempts, and I think in this one he had 32 attempts, and in the last game I think it was like 22 or 27, somewhere around there. But the thing is, he's been way more efficient too.
Yeah, you have. And no turnovers.
So And I mean, and I think that's huge because of the fact that, he came into this year and it's just like he had a bunch of turnovers. He was getting sacked all the time. It's just like he was getting killed. And then now it's just like with this exact same crew, he looks completely different. I mean, not completely different, but he looks different than he did previously.
I think he's playing carefree.
Yeah, there you go. And then Jimmy says, yes, Matt is responsible for a lot that went wrong last game. It was like take the layup. And he said not getting a TD on that strip sack in the third killed us. Yeah, that's all very true. And Austin, what were you about to say?
Yeah, so I want to answer Josh's question with another question. I know Woods was out, but we got Mo Alley Cox. We got Alec Pierce. We got Michael Pittman. They're all tall receivers and tight ends. Take somebody and make them run to the corner and at least try that one. Yeah, fade route to the corner at least one time. Like we didn't see that once.
I haven't seen Mo in a while. He still play for us?
Yeah, no, you've seen Mo. Mo's been in there. Mo's been in there on some plays. It's just like Mo gets the sneaky plays. Like he gets like the sneaky first down. Like he'll get like
Like-
he won't get 100 yards a game. He won't get 100 yards in any game, but he's going to consistently just kind of like chip away.
Okay.
We got the height. We talked about it at the beginning of the year. We got the height. Why not use it when we're on the 5-yard line?
Yeah,
They
Yeah,
trying to run the ball with JT and up the gut. Like you
And
just
that's
said.
okay, but not every time.
yeah. Honestly, I would like to use those hoopers like as hoopers, just because for a fact that it's just like you have guys who are a general mismatch on, against any defense. Because the thing is, it's like right now, like I said, I think we said this beginning of the season, the shortest wide receiver that we have right now as a starter is Paris Campbell, and he's 6 feet. You have Michael Pittman Jr. at 6'4", Alec Pierce at 6'3", Woods at 6'7", Mo's 6'3", 6'4". I mean,
Did Woods miss the game?
yeah, Woods missed this game. Yes, Woods was out. But I'm saying just in general, because we saw what they were able to do before, and there's no reason why that can't be replicated or they can't do that again, because it looks like they're just not trying. But
Yeah, it's vanilla still. They don't want to open. They don't want to open. Parks, I give him credit. Young guy's 30 years old, and probably got a lot of but still got butterflies probably, and probably don't want to make a mistake. Just like Matt Ryan don't want to make a mistake because he got benched. That's his pride right there. I mean, guy been in the league 15 years, and so him coming back, he still play. He don't want to make a turn. He don't want to fumble. He don't want to pick the ball. Throw an interception. So he's playing carefree. So he's taking those sacks. Not saying that for us we're not okay with it, but him, he's like, okay, well, this ain't turning the ball over. Now it's up to kicker, put points on the board, but we want touchdowns. Field goals don't win games.
Yeah, we need
touchdowns. We need touchdowns. And so, like Austin said, we got big guys. We got tall, athletic guys. That's why we talk about that that stat. What that is that people made fun of us on.
which one?
The RAS.
The RAS. And so I'm like, why not use it? I mean, we got these guys are big. A fade route. I know they keep putting Michael. They keep putting him inactive, but he's tall. He's 6'4". I mean, he can be in just for one play. Yeah, 6'5". He can be in for one play on a fade route. But hey, that's
take shots. We're losing games. Just try new things.
Yeah, just see what can happen, because honestly, it's just like, Michael Pittman Jr. can probably go up with just about anybody, and he's proven that.
Yeah.
Like it's been proven time and time again. But we'll get to a couple more of these comments, because I have another. Well, we'll be getting into this next part, which is a completely asinine. But he says, I don't think mixing Sam in is a bad idea. New Orleans does it with Hill at the goal line sometimes. I think we're predictable down there. Yeah, we've become very predictable when it comes to what to expect. I think that's the reason why it's just like you see a lot of guys in the red zone. They're playing us honestly when it comes down to the run and how they're protecting the pass. So I get it. Like, I understand that. But then he says Mo had a huge conversion for us on Sunday. Yeah, because that was the one where it's just like the defender went out of bounds and then he got the first down. So that was a good one. Which
don't forget.
Gotta remember
6'5".
And then don't forget Mike Strawn is 6'5". Well, Mike Strawn is 6'5". Desmond Patman is 6'4". Like, we have height. Not only that, but the thing is, these are guys that are tall and they're fast.
Yeah,
that's my problem.
I mean, there's no reason why it had to be, like you have to be vanilla in the red zone. Like, you could get creative. You have the personnel to be creative. And then, so Nick Sirianni, apparently he felt away because we fired his friend and mentor, Frank Reich.
Mm-hmm.
So since Irsay fired his friend and mentor, he came into this game and he was a little fired up. He said this win was for Frank. He basically spoke him up, everything. My question to you guys is, what, like, is he insane? Is he insane? Because it seems like he's insane.
No. Obviously, if you want to go, I got more to say.
Yeah, sure. I kind of understand. He coached under Frank. Frank helped him get his head coaching job. Um, but like if you've watched the Colts, you would know Frank wasn't the right guy. His time was up. If Frank
Yeah.
was still the coach, we would have lost by like 50. We wouldn't have
Yep.
scored on that team. We like it. I don't get it. Like I do get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, Josh. Because I don't know what to say regarding this idiocy.
I mean, like any friend, like any family member, if it was done for you guys, if I had to defend you guys, I would do the same thing with you guys, right or wrong. I defend you guys. He did what he's supposed to do as a friend, defend his friend that he feel like got wrongfully turned, which it was dumb to him because he saw it firsthand. His mentor blew games. His mentor,
Yeah.
2018, his mentor left Jacksonville with no points, lost 60-0. His mentor.
Yeah.
His mentor didn't allow him to play, call plays. His mentor. He shouldn't. He whether he felt like it was wrongfully turned, he should saw the writing on the wall. The guy got manhandled in New England. That's a rivalry. Man got beat twice beat 4 times in a row by Tennessee.
Yeah.
Man got shut out by Jacksonville. So he don't feel like his friend, mentor should be turned. I get it. You got to take up for a friend and family. I get that. I get all that. I would do the same thing for you guys, like I said, or anybody else I need to that I feel like a friend or family. But going at the fans after a 1-point win, you look goofy. You kind of look kind of bad. Like you won by 1 point, and you needed a 39-yard pass interference penalty to help you out. So by Zaire Franklin. So I wouldn't pump your chest out like you just blew us out. You beat us by 1 point. You need a third and goal run to win the game. A win is a win. I'm not salty about it, but you might want to hold your horse a little bit because it can happen to you. Philly can easily turn on you in a hurry. That's why Andy Reid got up out of there quick in a hurry. Philly will turn on you if you're not winning games, and the players that you paid money for and you traded for, send picks somewhere and they're not performing. Ask Carson Wentz. They turn on you quick. So you don't want to stick your chest out too far because you haven't won anything. You probably it's a possibility they may win the division, but you haven't won a Super Bowl, so you might want to just relax, man.
Yeah, because I honestly, it's just like that was real goofy of him. Like, if you feel away, it's just like even if he had said, "I was looking to play Frank," love that guy, miss him, but it's just like you literally went out of your way to try to bash the same organization that took you on, and now all of a sudden it's just like you're pumping your chest out because of the fact that you got to win, and you're trying to avenge a guy who literally was on the sideline, not looking like he knew what he was doing. Like, it was stupid. It was the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, he got too excited. It's like I've been beating you in Madden for three or four times in a row, and you finally beat me by 1 point. You throwing your controller everywhere. Like, calm down.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? It's just like, and I think it's because with this commentary, your man's is always supposed to go to bat for you. Absolutely, your man's supposed to go to bat for you. But the thing is also, it's cool to defend your peoples publicly. It's cool to like really just like be in support of people. But the thing is also, you ain't gonna go to the studio with a dude that says, "Oh yeah, I'm good at rapping." You've heard him rap and just be like, "This dude is trash," and just say, "No, that's fire. That's great." You need to. There needs to be accountability. If Frank Reich didn't do what he needed to do in order to make sure that he secured his job. Now, absolutely, you have all the right in the world to be able to go and say, "Oh yeah, well, I would have loved to play him. This one's for him, whatever." Okay, cool, fantastic. But the thing is, jumping on the bench, like beating your chest, doing all that stuff, it's just it's seriously goofy business.
He acted like Pat Bev.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said on the AFC South fan battle. And mind you, the AFC South fan battle podcast goes live on Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Please make sure you tune in. But yeah, he was doing like Pat Beverly, like fantastic. You just squeaked out a win where you literally probably just unclenched your butt cheeks and you're gonna go and you're gonna jump up like you're freaking Rocky. Like get the fuck, like get out of here. Like whatever, bro.
That was
Whatever.
a definition. That was
But-
definition of a Super Bowl win.
Stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. But then okay, and then just moving on. Do we want to make a run? Like, do we like as a team? We're 4-6-1. Do we want to realistically try and make a run for playoffs at this point, knowing where the state of the team is?
You want to go to me?
Do we have enough time? I mean, do we have enough? You know, because that tie, we got a tie. You know, and so do we have? I mean, are we running out of time? I mean, I know we got other team losing, and we probably got the head to head because Philly was a out of conference game, so they really didn't do nothing to us. But we beat a lot of the West teams, so I don't know. I mean, we ain't beat Chargers yet.
Yeah, we are running out of time. We are right now. We're 10th, and we just got to be 7th. We're behind the Bengals, Chargers, and Jets. The Jets are on a slope downhill.
The
with
Jets are free
Jaguars.
falling.
Yeah.
The Chargers are not playing well. They've been hurt a lot. They're not. We can beat them. That'll help us. And the Bengals they're a decent team. The Titans beating them on Sunday would actually help us. I don't want to cheer for them, but it would help us. But we just got to take care of our own games. I would love to make a run, just personally as a fan, go into the games. I want to see us win.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not completely out of picture. We're still statistically still in the playoff.
But still statistically, yes. So the thing is, we're still in it. Like, yeah. The two spots that I'm coming from when it comes to that, it's just like, okay, even if we do, let's just say we go on this run, we win our next 6 games. And mind you, our next 6 games includes our final game against the Texans. We're going to be looking at Vikings, Cowboys, Chargers, Giants, and Texans.
Steelers.
So wait, hold on. Vikings and Steelers. So mind you, let's just say hypothetically, you win the next 6 games, you go 10-6-1. You're probably going to be in a spot for like a 6th or 7th seed because remember, when it goes into those playoffs, that tie then counts as a half a game with somebody who may potentially be tied up with you. So, I mean, ultimately, it's just like if somebody's squeaking in there at 10-7, let's just say end up 10-6-1, then that means you're in the playoffs. Now, the issue that I have is that you're playing at that point. It's just like you're playing that low. You're playing against teams that you know for a fact are probably going to be up there. Like I know we beat the Bills last year, but the thing is, it's just like I think that Bills team this year is a little bit different, and so I just don't see the same outcome that we saw last year. And I mean, outside of that, it's just like we'd have to see Tennessee again, which whichever side I actually would feel better about seeing Tennessee this time because I feel like they'll have a much better game plan in place. But the thing is, it's just like, how long do we have to go through that? Because everywhere that we play, we're going to be playing in somebody's stadium. And the Bills just had 6 feet of snow the other day. So God knows exactly what's going to happen in January. Like,
but if we go on this run and we win the next 6 games, we're coming in hot. Like like we're gonna beat decent teams. Like the Cowboys they're a decent team. The Vikings are a good team. The Chargers
they got blew out.
Team. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, we're gonna be if we went on a 6-0 run, we would be coming in hot. And I mean, I think we have the defense to beat anybody. It's just whatever offense shows up.
Yeah.
That's why I'm mad for us the run because I mean I was talking to somebody Sunday yesterday, that I feel like it's going to be a roller coaster to the finish line. It's going to be, win next week, lose game after that, win their game, lose after that, and then win. That's how I feel like it's going to happen. And so I feel like that, I feel like then it's not going to get us in the playoffs. So I don't want to, all the teams, we can beat Dallas. We have beaten Minnesota with both of those receivers with Justin and Thielen, but and Cook. But they're a good team. I mean, playing in Minnesota as well. Chargers coming home. We got Texans at home. So we got three home games. How many games?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
three home games.
Left, yeah.
Minnesota and Dallas are away. Giants are away.
Steelers,
Giants are away.
Chargers and Texans.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, man. I doubt we make that run. Do I want to as a fan? Yes, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be a roller coaster to the finish line. But you're going to see a lot of grit and a lot of fight in that team on the way to the finish line.
Oh, absolutely. I think so. I think so. Absolutely. Then we have Kyle said, as a season ticket holder, yes, go on that run. Understandable, because
correct. Yes.
You don't. For you, Kyle, absolutely went out. All right.
And Austin.
Yes, and Austin. And we have Brandon. What's going on, Brandon? And we hope we lose out. We not beat nobody in the playoffs, man. And he's like, I'm over, baby. Like that's okay. We'll go with that because, like I said, I know. Like I just wanted it to be, just. I wanted us to be able to go and just get somebody, like get a QB, whatever. But that actually leads me to this next thing. Because I had something in mind, but then it's just like I think we need to go ahead and talk about this. Hendon Hooker was injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hear me out. Because I know that I said this before, but I think I need to say it out there for these people. So Hendon Hooker just tore his ACL. Now, mind you, he's having a great season, right? Now, tore his ACL. We're getting around that time where he would normally be in the playoffs, whatever. He didn't get a chance to play in the playoffs. Probably won't play the Senior Bowl. Probably won't do much of any football activity until he gets drafted. Now, he was a fringe first round pick, second round pick. I think he probably would have gone in the first round. But now, I think teams that are looking to go and looking to just like refine themselves at quarterback are going to be saying, okay, you know what? We may have to go elsewhere. Now, this
right.
And this is my conspiracy theory. We still get our guy a quarterback without necessarily having to trade up.
Mm-hmm.
We solidify the O-line, go back and get Hendon Hooker. Free agency will probably go pretty well. Maybe pick up a guy or two here or there, whatever. But we actually do get our QB without having to necessarily trade up. Hendon Hooker being injured, and like I said, praying for him. Hopefully everything works out. Might be something that actually works out in our favor because now, teams may be a little bit reluctant to go ahead and just spend a pick on somebody who has like a freshly torn ACL, right? Because I don't think that that's happened in God knows how long when it came to people being drafted. I mean, I can't remember the last time somebody tore an ACL.
Was it Dayo at Vanderbilt?
No, not Dayo. I'm talking about a quarterback.
Okay, I got you. Man.
Yeah, because I know. Like we picked up Julian Blackmon, and he was still rehabbing because he tore his ACL in January. So he was rehabbing, but he was able to play. I think it was week 2 or week 3, and that was when we faced the Vikings during the Phillip Rivers season.
Yeah, I got you.
So we actually have a chance to get our QB without having to get into the top 10. How would you guys feel about that?
As a Tennessee fan, I would feel good about having Hooker. Hopefully he comes back. ACL's good. You never know how those injuries are going to affect people, but with the new medicine, new everything,
New
people usually
technology.
come back okay from their ACL injuries. And personally, I would love to have Hooker on the team.
Absolutely. What about you, Josh? Well, nope. Not gonna go with you, Josh, because you're biased. They beat you. So
Oh no, I've said it before we, pre-production that, it plays in our favor because I don't wish injury on anybody. Him getting hurt, it was a blessing in disguise because we can still get our lineman first or second. I mean, I prefer to go ahead and get a quarterback in the first round. Just go ahead and get him. He's a first round talent. Go ahead and snatch him up, and then second round you go get your lineman.
Yeah.
You can get 2 or 3 linemen in the second round because we get a pick from Commanders. Is the second
actually that one. So that one now because of the fact that Taylor Heineke has been the primary guy. I think that goes back to a third.
Go back to I got you then. Well, we can get a lineman in second and third. We can do that. I don't want to. The thing is, I'm afraid or worried that if we let him hang around in that second round, then somebody gonna snatch him up, and then we just looking like some shitholes. So I don't want to. I don't want to look like here's our chance to get one, and now we gotta go find another guy, another quarterback, because they've been scouting. Anthony Richardson has scouted. Will Levis, they scouted. Who else they scouted?
Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson and Real Levis. So those 2 other guys that they scouted, and Anthony could fall in the second round, himself. So I don't know. We got options, man. Not a whole lot of teams need a quarterback. We hope that the Panthers don't draft one. They got like 6 right now. Who else?
I don't think the Panthers would because they just got hurt.
That's correct, Matt Corral. Maybe the Jets because they probably move off Zach Wilson. So I don't know.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's
based off the recent things that have happened.
And he keeps sleeping with people's moms. So yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, definitely not cool. Definitely not. But
I would. I was on the fence with him. And the thing is, his age and injury could play a huge part in us getting him. Him falling to us is in our favor because he's already at 20. He'll be 24 before he get drafted. So it could play in our favor. Teams might look at us like, nah, we don't need this guy. He's already 24 and he's already recovering from injury. So it could be something that to look for us to get our quarterback for. My only worry is he is 24. So how long will we have him? He's already injured now.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just like even the ACL injury, it's just like it was a freak injury.
Right.
And the thing is, it's just like prior to this, it's just like he hasn't had any. Quarterback is probably the most protected position on the whole entire football field. And not only that, but the thing is, it's just like I know Tom Brady's an anomaly when it comes down to it, but these quarterbacks are playing well into their late 30s. Mm-hmm. So even if for some reason, let's just say you're not sold on him, it's not like he's like, a wide receiver that you're taking and hoping that it works out. And then if he ends up being a bust and your offense looks, crazy. If for some reason this does work out, that means that you have your guy for the next 10 years at minimum. If it doesn't work out, then that means that we'll probably end up getting Peyton Manning's nephew. So, it's you can look at it any way that you choose to, but at the same time, it's just like you're literally in a position where now you can't afford to have just a veteran and then say, oh, yeah, well, this is going to work out because veterans always do, because it has been proven that it has not been working out. And this team has deteriorated in the same time that you've gone and gotten all these older quarterbacks. You've gotten older quarterbacks and you've gotten broken quarterbacks. Carson Wentz was broken. And even then, it's just like Frank Reich tried to go ahead and just make him the guy, and he just wasn't the guy. He's not the guy now. And he's healthy.
You know what? I got a theory. Had he stayed, Wentz had stayed and Reich was gone, I think we'd have been a lot better than we are now. I know people don't like Wentz, but I think Jeff would have got the potential out of him. Ron Rivera is just a bum coach. Just bum. Period. Sorry.
to me, it's just like I feel like Carson Wentz was handed a lot. I think that
Mhm.
Philly team was probably one of the best teams you ever could have had because I mean you had all the pieces that you needed to, and then you had a defense that was going to be able to be opportunistic and turn the ball over. So I mean, I get it, like I understand, but that would it's still kind of touchy because with Wentz, it's just like everybody talks about confidence and all that, but it's like you're playing a sport for millions of dollars. And it's just like if you have a bad game, you have a bad game. But the thing is, it's just like you got to come out of that because you're getting paid way too much to go and just sit there and just be like, oh well, that's just it. Like, and I know I might sound harsh, but at the same time, it's like, these are professional athletes. Like you're supposed to be the top of the top. So you know for a fact that it's not going to be like crazy or anything along those lines. So, but
Right.
but now, what I need to do is Steelers versus Colts analysis. What are going to be the keys to the game in this one?
Block TJ Watt. Make sure you block his ass. Block TJ Watt. I don't think Minka Fitzpatrick's gonna play. Is he playing? Is he still hurt?
As far as I know, he's still hurt. I
Okay.
haven't heard anything else though.
On defense, make sure you keep an eye on TJ Watt. The guy came back and he's still the same guy for an injury. Block his ass. And stop Derrick Henry 2.0. Najee Harris, because that guy's a man. He's a beast, and I know how he is. On defense and contain George Pickens. He's been pretty good too. I mean, they got rid of Chase Claypool, which it would have been a dual threat. I don't even have to go through the game. I got us winning. By 3 touchdowns. I want to win this game. Monday night game. We're gonna have a throwback song, so I'm gonna have mine on too. I'm off. So yeah, I Colts by 50.
Okay,
Go by 50.
Goes by 50.
By 50. What about you, Austin?
Yeah, I mean, what he said. Make sure we contain TJ Watt. Don't let him go off on Matt Ryan because that is a way that he'll get hurt.
Yeah.
We got to execute. We got to score touchdowns. We can't settle for threes. This is not as good of a team as the Eagles, but still, if you settle for threes, you could easily lose this game too. Stop the run. Keep Kenny Pickett in the pocket. Make him make throws. We should win this game. I'm going to say 27-10.
Okay, 20-10. Okay. So I'm not going to underestimate the defense as a whole, especially with our offense the way that it's been playing. However, our defense against their offense is we shouldn't have an issue. I'm going to say put a win in the column. I'm going to say 20-10.
So you got 27-10. You got 20-10.
Yep. And then, hold on. We're just going to get to a couple of these because one of them is actually funny. So he said they're going to pick someone unexpected, the Colts. Derek did. And then Derek also said Arch Manning and Marvin Harrison Jr. would be a deadly combination. That's a bloodline. That's a bloodline right there. I would love to see that. Then he said Derek Wilson, #agenda. You know what? I'm not even going to get into conspiracy theories here, bro. We're just not going to do it. And then he said, is Ryman going to be on Watt? No. Watt.
I hope not. No.
Watt plays on Braden Smith's side.
Oh, okay.
So that's still going to be a tough task.
He's going to switch sides, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just there. Like, that's where that veteran mindset with Matt Ryan is going to come in because there's no way that you're going to not identify TJ Watt and what side he's on to make sure that the blocking is going where it needs to be. Like that was the one thing, and I know I'm going back in time here, but that was one thing that I appreciate about Phillip Rivers. As soon as Phillip Rivers saw something that kind of like peaked, like, oh wait, hold on, I know what they're doing, then they knew exactly what it was, and he knew exactly how to address it and say, hey, pick up this guy, and then do what you need to do. So yeah, and then Brandon said Ryman need to take them lumps anyway. No, he doesn't.
No, not that one.
Lumps need the injury, so let's not. Can we not say he did, please?
Yeah, not against the DP of the year. No.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, so I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I'm gonna say 20-10. I'll say 20-10. Yeah, I'll say 20-10. All right. And so with that being said, we are done for the night, at least until next week. And then Austin will give us all the scoops about everything with the game. I think he said that he was going to record a live video. Just go ahead, shout the people out. I don't know if he said that, but I'm pretty sure it's just like he offered that eventually. So that's going to be fantastic. So then in the meantime, guys, tell the people. Well, actually, he said he's going to switch like Donald did last season. Q had him shut down. And then he said how everybody feel about Paris Campbell coming along. We can address this, then we're going to be out. So how we feel about Paris Campbell?
Who did what last year with Aaron
Donald? Quentin Nelson.
But he was already been in the league. But he's been in the league since 2018. So he already been there. He's been a long time to go against Aaron Donald. I mean, so he got the experience against reps. Ryman don't have the reps to go against TJ.
Yeah.
I get the saying. I get you saying experience wise, but Nelson didn't face like some guys like that right off the bat in 2018. Not like that.
This is true. Yeah, this is true.
But yeah, Ryman. Yeah, if he switched sides, Ryman will have his hand full. It's just Nelson got to help him out.
Okay. All right. So then about Paris Campbell, how are we feeling about Paris Campbell with what he's been doing this season?
He got 6 more games to not miss a game.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, so then I guess with that being said, looking at his numbers this year, how would you feel if they said at the end of the year, you know what, we're going to go ahead and extend him for 2 years for 2 years, $9 million contract?
Hell yeah, that's cheap as hell. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd be good with keeping him. Because he showed this year he can stay healthy. Like so far, like I'm with.
Yeah.
He's been one of our more consistent players. I've enjoyed watching him. He's fast. He's a solid guy. He has solid hands.
Yeah.
And leads the receivers in touchdowns right now.
That he does.
He's second in receiving yards behind Pittman with 440.
Mm-hmm. And he's averaging, as a matter of fact, he is averaging 10 yards a catch. So that's actually, he's averaging a first down on every catch that he's making. That's what he's looking at right now. So we are looking at, I'm going to say something that's going to be a little bit, I'm going to say something that looks a little bit better. I think absolutely if he makes it through the year, you end up extending him. So I'm going to say it's just like he absolutely can play. Like, I think we know that he can play. It's just the fact that he was able to stay healthy for this year and play more games than he's played ever in his career. I think this is very telling. Like, okay, well, he is somebody that you can keep around and then potentially have going into next season also. So, yeah. And then he said, we knew the talent was there, just needed to prove he can last through a season. And then he said, hope he takes a 1 year prove it deal. Okay. And once again, it's just like, I think these are all fair because, you're not going to max out a wide receiver who is probably going to be under 1,000. I mean, I'm going to say by the end of the year, he may be in like the 750 range. But even so, it's just like, take that deal and then, see what you can do. But all right. So then with that being said, people, we are out of here. Guys, tell the people where to find you on social media.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at CookieAustin2.
All right. Josh, how about you?
You can find me on here.
Jeez.
PS5. PS5, get my gold guns. No, you can find me on Twitter at I am Josh Senior, and you can find me on Facebook in the groups, the Horseshoe Mob and the AFC Fan Battle, repping the team. repping the team. So my name is Josh Senior on Facebook. So holla at your boy.
Got you. All right. And you can find me at CJ Colts fan. Make sure that you're following all the pages on Twitter at YDKJAC Podcast, at YDK Basketball, at YDKJAC Baseball. Make sure that you are liking. Make sure that you are subscribing. Make sure that you know whenever we send out updates. So this way you'll know exactly what's going on. And yeah, so other than that, people, like I said, hopefully have a good game this week. Have a great weekend. If you're traveling, be safe. Happy Thanksgiving. And
Happy Thanksgiving, guy.
Yeah, definitely make sure that you stay safe and eat lots of food as you're supposed to. And hopefully, these games won't bore you on Thursday, since they've been pretty much snooze fest the last couple of years. So yes. But all right,
Yes.
people, listen, you have a great night. Once again, stay safe, and we will see you next week.